guys! Today's video we are going to talk about Castaway, which is a brilliant movie. We have Tom Hanks in this wonderful role, and it's one of the best movies ever made. And it's so much more than just the story of a guy that got isolated in an island after an aircraft in the middle of the ocean. It's a lot more than that. Yeah, there are a lot more layers below this superficial area. So in this video we are going to talk about 5 lessons we can learn from this brilliant movie. So let's go. First lesson, work on your psychological strength when you feel completely alone. Well, it's true that Chuck Noland had to deal with the physical part of this situation. He had to adapt his skills, his ways of living to survive in that hostile environment, right? But the most difficult thing he had to deal with was the psychological strength. Yeah, he even contemplated suicide, but thank God he overcame that, and he held on to the memories of his dearest ones, his family, and his friends, and the most important person, the love of his life, Kelly Frears. He would think about her, look at her picture every night, and that gave him strength to keep moving on, to live each day. So psychological strength is the most important thing, even more than the physical strength. Second lesson we can take from this movie, try to find hope even in the small things. Well, we have that interesting scene involving the FedEx boxes with the packages that would never reach their destination. And Chuck opened the boxes one by one. And there is where he finds his great friend, Wilson, which is a volleyball ball, right? And Chuck develops a true connection with this ball. Of course, he would feel stupid for talking to a ball over years and years, but he really developed a strong feeling towards that ball. And even when he despised Wilson, he'll change his mind a couple of minutes or maybe seconds later and would search for Wilson desperately until he finds it. So yeah, he really treated Wilson as a friend, for it was his only company for the time he spent in the island, which was about 4 years. And it's very important to have this information, keep that in mind, for we will discuss it later. But for now, let's return back to the boxes. There is something else very important regarding the FedEx boxes. For Chuck, he didn't open all of them. There was this one box he didn't open. And by the end of the movie, he returns this box to the person who sent it, not the person who was supposed to receive the box, the one who sent it. And Chuck leaves a note saying that the package saved his life, but the movie never shows what is in the box. So why is it relevant in the first place? Well, even though we don't know what's in the box, it is still very important. And why is that? Not knowing about it gave him hope, and alongside the other things that helped him, the memories of his dearest ones, as we explained before, all of that together helped him keep moving on. And we should do that in life as well. Find hope in the small details, find strength in the small things, so that we can live each day and move on. Third lesson, get out of your comfort zone and take risks. 4 years later, Chuck Noland is still in the island, and he is already very well adapted to the life in the island. He could eat, he could sleep relatively well, and he was actually in his comfort zone staying in there. He could spend the rest of his life in there and he would survive for sure, but that wouldn't be life, right? He would die in there alone and miserable. When Chuck realizes there were boats nearby and that he had the chance of getting back to civilization, he decides to take a risk and leave behind his comfort zone. And so we should do the same in our lives. We shouldn't stay on our comfort zone. I mean, we will be able to survive, but would it be life? Would we have the life we always dreamed of? No. So we should be inspired by Chuck Noland and take risks. Fourth lesson, let go of your past and aim for your future. Chuck Noland goes through a very hard time when he gets off the island. He is able to cross dangerous waves near the island, and after he reaches high seas, he goes through storms at night, strong heats during the day, and he probably thought he would die in the process. But life is full of surprises, right? And one crucial point in that process, on that final process of getting back to civilization, is the loss of Wilson. Before finding help and getting back to civilization, Chuck accidentally loses Wilson. He sees Wilson being dragged away in the ocean and he tries to reach for it. But then he realizes that by doing that he would put himself in great danger. So he has to choose between Wilson and his own life. And thankfully he leaves Wilson behind, and he suffers a lot because of that. He cries a lot, but eventually he realizes it was for the best. After all, he was able to get back to civilization. And that's a very symbolic moment, for it resembles life a lot. When we hold on to our past and never let go of it, we might ruin our future. So do as Chuck did, let go of your past. Fifth lesson, don't be afraid of new things. Life is a box of surprises. Chuck Noland is finally able to get back to civilization, to his old life, and things seem to be the same, but the truth is that they were not. People are different, he himself was different, and the one he thought to be the love of his life, Kelly Freas, is now married and has a kid with another guy. Obviously, she still has feelings for Chuck, and they even have that beautiful moment. They talk, they hug, they even kiss each other. But eventually, Kelly realizes she doesn't want to change her present and future over her past. And Chucky realizes he must do the same. Even though he has feelings towards her, he understands that as what happened with Wilson, he lost Wilson, it was hard at the beginning, but later he realized it was for the best. And the same would be with Kelly. He should let her go and just wait for life to give him new opportunities, right? By the end of the movie, we see Chucky talking to his friend, and he opens his heart to his friend. He tells him all the feelings he had during the time he was in the island, all the despair, the hopeless, and how he found strength to live each day, and then he found strength to leave the island and risk himself to try to get back civilization. And he learned so much from this experience, and now he would apply everything he learned to his life at the present moment. I mean, it was difficult to lose Kelly. Things seemed to be over, just as it seemed to be when he was in the island. But he knows that life is reserving something wonderful for him, so he will keep moving forward. And at the very end of the movie, we see Chuck looking at different roads that lead to different paths, and such a beautiful and symbolic moment, because that's life, right? Sometimes we feel like we are completely lost, but life shows us different paths, different things. So that's why it doesn't matter how much in the dark we feel we are, we must keep moving on, for life is reserving us better things. After all, life is a box of surprises, right? And those are the lessons I could learn from this movie. Put down in the comments below which other lessons you could extract from this movie. I will love to read what you have to say about this. And if you want to watch a Portuguese version of this video, I will put a link down below at the description box. And that's it, guys. We will see each other in the next videos. Kisses and bye bye.